Hey guys,
Or you have Dragon Chain fans. This is Nozomu and this is my very first video, which is in the short. And today I'll be explaining the differences between the web novel and the manga/light novel. I will also mention some small differences between the manga and the light novel, not major, but there are some small which I will mention in the end of the video. Also, thank you all for your love and support, and let's get on with the video. Number 1. The way Nozomu and Iris met. So we all remember how Nozomu and Iris met in the manga. It happens when Iris and Tiamat were in the Forest of Spasm, because they accepted a request from the guild to investigate an area where a dragon was rumored to be sighted. But on the process, they were attacked by bears, which they handled very well until they let their guard down. And at that exact moment, the bear lunges at Tiamat, almost killing her. But at that exact moment, Nozomu steps in and cuts the bear down, which shocks both Iris and Tiamat, after which they thank Nozomu, introduce each other, and that's pretty much how they met. But that's not how these two met in the web novel. So in the manga and light novel, Nozomu meets Iris before he becomes a dragon slayer. But in the web novel, Nozomu meets Iris after he defeats Tiamat and becomes the dragon slayer. So the way they meet in the web novel is how I would describe as very bland in comparison to how they meet in the manga and the light novel. So how they met in the web novel is when Nozomu is in his third year, barely passes exams by the way, after his fight with Tiamat during the end of second year. He's having lunch with Henri and Non-sensei when suddenly Iris walks in with Tiamat and an injured student. She tells Non-sensei that the student needs to be treated while Nozomu helps by bringing the medicine. After which Iris thanks Nozomu for helping, while Nozomu tells her to not worry about it. And this all happens before Nozomu defeats and befriends Mars in the web novel. So the same day Nozomu met Iris Tina at the infirmary, during the evening he went to the Central Park in Arkham and he runs into Somiya, by which he already had met her a couple days earlier, when he helped Somiya get her bracelet back from Kuro-chan the Black Cat. And during their interaction, Iris shows up to pick Somiya up, where Nozomu learns that they're sisters, and Iris thanks Nozomu for helping out earlier in the infirmary and for helping her sister out. Number 2. The way Nozomu met Tiamat. So, the way Nozomu meets Tiamat in the web novel is also quite different compared to the manga/light novel. So in the earlier chapters in the web novel, after school, in the evening, Nozomu finishes his shift from his part-time job. He has a part-time job, by the way. And on his way to Master Shino's hut for his daily training. The road to the hut starts to get foggy, and gets foggier every step Nozomu takes, to the point that he can only see about 1 meter in front of him. And that's when he goes off trail and accidentally enters the barrier in which Tiamat was sealed centuries ago, after which Nozomu sees Tiamat flying in the sky and suddenly starts attacking him, which is basically how he met Tiamat in the web novel. Which is also very bland if you ask me, in comparison to the manga/light novel, in which Nozomu was having lunch with Iris and Somiya during lunch. And at some point in their interaction, Iris mentions the rumors surrounding Nozomu cheating on Lisa, which triggers a lot of painful memories and emotions for Nozomu. After which Nozomu excuses himself and starts walking away from Iris and Somiya. And while he is blindly walking around, he coincidentally runs into Ken, Lisa, and Camilla, at which Lisa completely shuts Nozomu off by saying, "Go away, never return." Even getting up and leaving, saying, "If you're not gonna go, I will just have to go to a different place." After which Camilla shoves Nozomu to the ground and saying, "Can't you see that Lisa is upset?" And after saying that, she follows the direction Lisa went, and Ken not long after also starts walking towards the direction Lisa went. This interaction causes Nozomu to run out of frustration and anger into the Forest of Spasm, where it gets foggy and he loses his way. And he accidentally enters the barrier in which Tiamat was sealed in, and eventually runs into Tiamat. So yeah, that's pretty much the difference on how Nozomu meets Tiamat in the web novel and manga/light novel. Number 3. Shino's absence during the fight with Tiamat. As we all know, all of us who have read the manga, during Nozomu's fight with Tiamat, when he is almost killed, Master Shino suddenly steps in, saves him, and urges him to run away and save himself. But then, Nozomu chooses to stay and fight. So Master Shino helps him fight Tiamat. But in the web novel, it is totally different. Master Shino was not there to help Nozomu fight Tiamat. So basically, Nozomu fought Tiamat all alone. But seriously, in the web novel, Tiamat literally soul-leveled, Sekiro'd, Dark Souls the shit out of Nozomu. And by some miracle, Nozomu defeats Tiamat and becomes Dragon Slayer. And after the fight is over, Master Shino finds Nozomu collapsed from the ground, confused, and she takes him to her hut to treat his wounds. I mean, even in the manga and light novel, with the help of Master Shino, just look at what Tiamat did to our boy. Just like the scene from Solo Leveling. Both Sanjinu and Nozomu lost a bit of aura, by the way. Which brings us to the last difference, but definitely not the least, as I have saved the best for last. Number 4. Lisa and Gen's interaction with Nozomu a few days before Somiya's birthday party. There is a scene in the web novel which was not included in the manga and the first volume of the light novel, which I think should have not been removed. This scene happens particularly after Nozomu has befriended Mars, and a couple of days later when he runs into Iris again in the infirmary during lunch break, where Iris invites both Nozomu and Mars to Somiya's birthday party. During the interaction, Mars scares the shit out of Tiamat due to her being very timid despite being higher ranked than him. And after school, when Nozomu and Mars go to Mars's family restaurant called the Oxhead Pavilion, and this is where the scene I was talking about, which was not included in the manga and the light novel, occurs. So, the scene starts right after they enter the restaurant. Ina, Mars's sister, judges at Mars because she had heard what Mars had done to Tiamat, which was very rude of him to do so, and the two siblings immediately start fighting. The customers in the restaurant were not shocked, as this was a very normal occurrence. Even Hannah, Mars and Ina's foster parent, say that they will be back to normal by tomorrow morning. Still, Nozomu tries to break up the fight, but Ina, who has had enough, dismisses Nozomu and says,
"Stay out of this, Nozomu-san. I must teach Ani-chan a lesson."
And right after she says that, she picks up a chair's legs and held it in a kendo pose, but her form was rather strange. And in an instant, she swings it at Mars's head, which Mars barely manages to dodge it, and it seems like Ina also had hidden potential for combat too. But as the fight carries on, Ina eventually knocks Mars out, and Hannah drags Mars to her room, while on the other hand, Ina acts totally like nothing happened and goes right back to welcoming more customers. And now here is where it gets very interesting. The two customers Ina was welcoming literally shocked and petrified Nozomu, because they were Gen and Lisa.
Hey, Gen, is this the store?
Yeah, it is. They serve pretty good meat dishes.
While Ina welcomes and tells them,
"I'm sorry, the seats are full now. Is it okay if it's a shared table?"
Is it okay, Lisa?
Gen asked.
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Ina headed. And guess whose table Ina makes them sit with? That's right, our boy Nozomu's table. As Ina brings Gen and Lisa to Nozomu's table, the two noticed Nozomu and screamed in surprise.
Huh?
Nozomu?
Nozomu-san, do you know them?
Yeah, we are childhood friends.
Then is it okay to share the table?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Ina hesitated to the odd atmosphere, but ultimately agreed with Nozomu's decision.
You two customers, are you okay with it too?
I'm okay.
Fine.
Gen answers while looking at Lisa as she agreed. And now, this is where we dive into Nozomu's point of view. The three of them sat down and the atmosphere, obviously, was not good. While Nozomu was remembering their past, during the days when the three of them used to go out like this, they would talk about their hometown and what they wanted to do for their future dreams. Where Lisa said that she wanted to go on adventures, and Nozomu saying that he wanted to go with her. And Gen would say,
Should I also come too?
Nozomu, at the time, thought that the three of them would always be together. But now, things are different.
I still don't know why Lisa pushed me away.
Lisa, still showing her stiff face, while Gen says,
So, Nozomu, do you come here often?
Well, I have been coming here often since my friend's parents run this place.
By the way, I heard the meat dishes here are good. But what do you think?
I still remember the first meal, the house special rabbit steak. And it was really good. That's right. You can expect the best.
Is that so? I'm glad my friend told me about this place. So I thought I would check it out with Lisa.
Is that so? That's good then. Ken's words, together with Lisa, hurts my heart ever since they started dating.
She walks with Gen. She smiles next to him. She fights back to back with Gen. I found out that she has a lot of faith in him, which makes me more miserable. Then I run away for my training, and my former dream I couldn't fulfill anymore. I close my eyes and try to imagine that important person. The person who made me realize.
You are running away.
She told me it's okay as long as if I don't forget that I'm running away. As I hear that, I am able to face my fears. So I ask her again, why? Hey Lisa, why was I dumped by you? Lisa's eyes whiten, and then her body trembles and her emotions were uncontrollable.
Nozomu, that is...
Well, Gen tries to stop me, but I ignored his voice. I have to do this in order to move on. Hey, why am I?
Don't screw with me.
Hey,
Don't screw with me.
she yelled, hit the table, and stood up.
Now? Why now? Don't screw with me.
Lisa runs out of the restaurant and goes far away from it, while Gen follows her.
I couldn't say anything. Her voice was so full of anger, hatred, but most important of all, it was sorrowful, as if it was tearing her heart.
Meanwhile, outside, a bit far from the Oxhead Pavilion, on an empty field, Lisa on her knees breaks down in tears, and now she has a flashback during the summer of their first year.
I heard rumors from a friend that Nozomu was cheating on me with another girl. Of course, I didn't believe it. But one time I heard he was in town, where he was meeting a girl with whom he was cheating on me with. So I went to check it out. And there was Nozomu, with the girl on his arms, walking together, smiling. And they looked very intimate together. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So the very next day, I ended things with him. We need to stop this. It's useless. Goodbye.
And she also helped spread the rumor of his infidelity. Back in the prison, she looks back, and it's Skin who hugged her, and his embrace felt warm.
I'm sorry. About the date, Gin.
It's all right.
On the other hand, in the down area, where Nozomu walks the street without any distinct destination in mind, as he breaks down in tears thinking about all the painful memories, and suddenly there was someone behind him, Nozomu, walking towards him, and when Nozomu looks back, the voice said,
No. So. Mu. Kun.
Do you know who it is? Of course. It's our dear sensei Henri Var. Henri called and hugged Nozomu.
Henri-sensei? Why are you doing so suddenly?
What? I am getting a piggyback ride.
Oh, smell of sake. Henri's breath smelled of sake. Her face was flushed, which indicates that she had a significant amount of liquor. Are you drinking, sensei?
That's right. Because I can drink all night.
With that, she wrapped her arms around Nozomu's body, and her melons pressed against Nozomu.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
Adults don't hug their students from behind.
Nozomu carried her on his back, and yes, she's adorable. But Nozomu didn't have the energy to enjoy it.
Boo. Why does Nozomu treat his teacher as a child?
She puffed up her cheeks and protested, a big child. At that moment, Nozomu thought about his relationship with Lisa, but thanks to Henri's never-changing, laid-back attitude, it made Nozomu happy, and Nozomu smiled slightly.
Did you feel better? Somehow I noticed that Nozomu was walking with a heavy heart. So I thought I would cheer you up. Did you understand?
Huh? Nozomu was gonna talk about his situation with Lisa, but chose not to.
It's nothing.
Is that so?
Good evening, Nozomu-kun. I'm sorry. Henri seems to have caused you trouble again.
That's not true.
After which, they had a conversation, and down the road, they parted ways to go home. And Nozomu goes home, and a few days later, attends Somiya's birthday party. So yeah guys, that's basically it for the differences between the web novel and the manga/light novel. And now it's time for the bonus content. Well, now I will be explaining the small but nothing major differences between the manga and the light novel. Difference 1. Sensei Henri Var's name in the manga is totally different compared to the one in the light novel. In the light novel, his name is Casco Methart, if that's how we pronounce it, and in the manga, it's Henri Var. And he has the same surname as Sensei Henri Var, which I find to be very odd because it either means that the surname Var is very common in their world, or the two of them are either related or they are a married couple. Maybe related, but I don't think they are married. I don't know much on this topic, but hey, if anyone knows anything on this topic, do let me know in the comments. Difference number 2. In the early chapters in the manga, Nozomu states that he was once top of his class, but in the light novel, he states that he had always been in the bottom of his class. Difference 3. Iris and Somiya's family surname. In the manga, Iris and Somiya's family surname is Franz Child, while in the light novel and the web novel, it's Franz Slit, which it doesn't really make any sense to change it in the manga since in the web novel and the light novel, it's Franz Slit, but they somehow changed it to Franz Child in the manga. So yeah, that's another small detail. So that's basically all of the small differences I've noticed between the manga and the light novel. Nothing major, but small, cool details. So yeah guys, that basically wraps up the entire video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And please do let me know if there are any details or differences that I might have missed out. And thank you all for your love and support for the series, as it really means a lot to me.